Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at Titan SurvivorCord. It's military spec survival paracord with a few extra surprises inside that may help you survive longer in the wilderness. Alright everybody, thanks for joining me today. Now I know everybody's got their favorite paracord. Some people love tarred bank line. Some people have different types of paracord. This is really just a review of this to show you what's inside of it and how it could help you, and to add another tool to your toolbox. You know, something like this has some features that you may be interested in. So this is the Titan SurvivorCord, and by now you should know how useful paracord could be in a survival situation. It's got so many uses in any environment, from ridge lines to traps to fishing, you name it. And with the Titan SurvivorCord, it's even easier to do all those things and more. This cord is patented a parachute cord from an American veteran-owned business. It integrates 3 potentially life-saving survival strands in its popular mil-spec 550 cord. It's made from 100% nylon. It's 5 millimeters in diameter, contains 21 individual strands braided into 7 seriously strong 3-stranded yarns. They have an integrated single strand of waterproof wax jute for starting fires, 25-pound monofilament fishing line for catching food, and a 30 AWG wire that can be used for snares, conductive wire, antennas, all sorts of different emergency needs. So it's a really neat package. I picked up the, they have a bunch of different colors. I picked up the desert tan, and 100 feet of it. It runs about $27.98, so it's not much more expensive than your really high-end paracords. And it's got a lot of features inside. So what I'm going to do is we're going to show you a piece of it after I've stripped it off, and we're going to zoom in and check out all its features. Alright, so here we are. This is with the top stripped off. This is what you're going to get inside. Now inside you got a single transparent 25-pound test monofilament fishing line that can use for fishing, hunting, whatever. It can also be melted to patch holes. That's something people don't think about. Plastic, you know, you can melt that down to patch holes in tents, maybe to bind tools together, and I'm using the little dental tool here to show you it. It keeps getting stuck to this other strand of paracord. But that's it there. You can kind of see the reflection on it. Alright, next up, you got your jute twine, waxed, waterproof jute twine right here. And I know this looks really thin, but when you take this out and fluff it up, you'll see how quickly this catches. I've already tried it. It's just like any other jute twine, but with the wax, it kind of really sets it off and makes it go. You got another 30 AWG alloy here. This is this metal wire here. I don't know that it's thick enough for traps. Maybe if you doubled it up, you'd be able to make, you know, snares and traps out of it. But you can do a lot of useful things with this, including, you know, creating tools. If you have a knife that you want to tie to the end of something, enough of this stuff, and you would definitely have a good connection on there to make a spear or a frog gig or something like that. And then you have the general, you know, the usual pieces of paracord all together. And these individually can be taken apart. They can be twisted apart. You can tie them together. You can use them to tie together to make things. So it's a really neat bunch of features inside one little strand of paracord. Now, it is thicker than, you know, it kind of has that bendy kind of feeling because of the wire. I'll show you when we zoom out again. It will, you know, it'll hold its shape a little better because of the wire in there and the thickness of everything. But it definitely isn't much heavier, and it definitely does the job pretty well for what you want to do. So I'm going to take out the other stuff, and we're going to show you how to create a fire with it. Let me zoom the camera back out, get you back out here where you can see everything, and I'll show you what I was talking about with the bendability of it, and we'll go from there. Now, when I was talking about it holding its shape a little better, I'll give you an example here. Let's take a piece there. You can see it kind of sticks up. If you bend it, it kind of stays in place. Of course, now it won't do it because I'm on camera. But, you know, it's got that little metal wire in there. So it does have a little bit more thickness. I think, personally, it would add to the strength of the cord. And I do like this little thing, too. This is a neat little holder for it. That way it keeps it all nice and neat and organized. This is actually going to be going in my vehicle kit because I really don't have decent paracord in there. I have a roll of, I think it's a 50-foot roll of some Walmart, you know, Ozark Trail stuff. And I'd much rather have something like this in there that's a little bit stronger. And I think for ridge lines, this is really where this would come into play because it's a lot stronger with the filament in there and everything else. So let's pull all the strands out of this guy here. I'm just going to pull it through. Fairly simple to do, as you see there. Here's your wire. I don't know if you can see that better up close. Actually, you can see it better without my hand behind it. There's your wire. Okay. And here's your regular strands of paracord in there. I'm going to take the other stuff out. The jute twine will get, it's sticky because it's got wax in it, and it's warm out here. It will stick to anything it's near. There we go. And we'll fluff that up, and I'll show you how well that can catch a spark and make a fire. These are your normal strands of paracord, and as I said, you know, there's so much you can do with these. You can tie these together and make longer cord where, you know, maybe weight isn't an issue. You can just bundle them together and make a longer cord out of it. You can use this to tie things down. You can use it to tie meats onto sticks if you're grilling over an open fire and you want to tie like a chicken breast around a stick. Something like that, you know, perfect for that use. So there's your regular strands. We're going to put those over there. And lastly is your 25-pound monofilament fishing line. And let's see. Yeah, that's slipping out of my fingers because it's got the wax on it. But that's fairly strong. So if you had to fish with something like that, you know, with enough of it, obviously this isn't anywhere near enough of it, you could pull a good, you know, 10, 15, 25 foot piece out of there and make yourself a nice little fishing pole with that line. So, also too with the wire, if you put this over a 9-volt battery, you'll get a nice burning ember there, and it's a good way to make a fire. So the uses for all the other stuff are just, you know, there's so many uses for it that it just keeps going and going. This also has a use. You know, now that it's stripped and empty, you can still use it. It's still fairly strong. You can still use this for other things. So that's the guts of it. Now we're going to do the fun part of it. I'm going to fluff this up, and really, you know, it's small, but it's fairly simple to do. You're just going to pick it apart with your fingernails and kind of fluff it up. And roll it a little bit in your hands like that. And I'm going to fluff it up, and we're going to hit it with a ferro rod, see how well it starts a fire. All right, so I got it fluffed up. I didn't go too crazy, so you can still see the shape of it. It's still the same paracord. It does take a little bit of effort to do it because it's so thin. My suggestion is take it, roll it up in your hands like that, and then pick it apart. It's a little bit thicker and easier to pick apart. So let's get this going here. There you go. That would definitely help you start a fire. Now, of course, you'd need a lot more, you know, if you really got a good piece of tinder going. But you see, even the parts that weren't fluffed up catch and burn very easily because of the wax coating. So I'm really, really pleased with how that part of it performs. I haven't tested out the fishing line, of course, but in an emergency, you know, as long as it's fishing line, that's a big help. So let me clean up this mess. I'll give you my final thoughts on it, and I'll tell you where to get it. So as you can see, the jute twine works. The other survival tools inside are very, very handy to have. I mean, I'd love to be able to have snare wire with me all the time. And like I said, it's kind of thin. I would double it up, or maybe even triple it up, and make yourself a snare out of it. It's definitely gives you the ability to tie things together to make a conductive kind of circuit. You know, if you're trying to repair something, you could probably even make a decent low-level reception antenna out of that wire. So definitely handy. The monofilament, you know, that goes without saying. You get yourself a stick, make yourself a fishing rod out of it. You're good to go. You're ready to go. So if you couple that with those cards with the little fishing hooks on them, you really got a decent little lightweight system. And it's paracord as well. So it does everything the paracord does, plus a few other things. Now, like I said, everybody's got their favorite. Not everybody's going to like this. Some people are going to find fault with it no matter what. You can't help that. If you have your favorite, I'm not telling you to change. This is just a review of this stuff. For those of you that have no paracord and are maybe interested in getting started and getting some together, maybe practicing with it, setting up tarps, setting up things with it, it's a good start. Definitely a good start. You can use this for bracelets, although I don't know how easy it would be to weave with the wire in there to make survival bracelets, but definitely ability to do it, you know. You can even make a lanyard out of it for your keychain. You can use this for dog collars, leashes, baseball necklaces, work lanyards, boot laces, knife hilts, anything you can think of. So definitely cool stuff. I will put a link down below in my store where you can pick it up. As I said, they run $27.98. This is 100 feet. You can get it in all sorts of different colors. So check it out. And don't forget to check out our Amazon store as well, because we got lots of stuff in there that we review on the channel. Anything in there you like, go ahead and check it out. If you don't, just shop as you normally would after clicking the link. It really helps out our channel. We have our Olight link down below. I have an Olight sale coming up soon, so make sure you check it out there. Register on the site, and they got lots of good deals on lights. And don't forget to check out our Thrive Life link down below. Lots of freeze-dried food if you're interested in getting started and putting some freeze-dried food away. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.